Hey, what's good people? I'm Justin Miller, owner of Legends of Athletics. I have 9 years of sports performance experience under my belt, and we're back with another episode from Legends of Athletics. So last week, we were able to get some good feedback on our hip series, learning how to displace that force and go vertical with assessing if your hips are activated more than your quads, or if you're compensating with your quads instead of your hips. And so that video did well, and so I want to give you guys another drill to do to produce horizontal forces. This is going to help you with getting into acceleration. This is going to help you with your zero step and things like that. In sports, a lot of times we wear cleats if you play a field sport, and even in basketball, we wear pretty thick shoes. And with pretty thick shoes and soles, and even with cleats, because of the plates they use these days, it blunts the feelings or effects of the feet, or what you should be feeling through your feet. It's great if you're in a position or an area where it's dry, and you can use and you can take your shoes off and work with just using those shoes and work through your drills and things like that, because it's going to make your feet stronger and also keep you more aware and train to CNS on where your body should be in positioning as far as using your feet. So that physio side of things as well. But if you don't have that, then you have to learn how to use those things and train your body to use those things very well, or as much as you can. And so in this video, I want to give you guys a drill to do to produce horizontal forces. So those forces that help us push out and from that state of inertia, those forces that we have to use in our zero step and things like that, which is basically just our first step. And we're going to use those forces, and I'm going to give you a drill to help you with that. We're going to do 2 drills actually, and so you guys follow me along. And hey, if you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, be legendary. So this first drill is one that's very popular with the NFL Combine. It's just a standard broad jump. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Kick the arms back, drop into the athletic stance. Roll up on your midfoot and jump. This drill is great for producing and letting us know how much power an athlete can produce going straight ahead in that horizontal force. Vertical and horizontal forces are both used when sprinting, and so it's good to train both maximally and at a low impact in order to make you the best athlete possible. Every coach doesn't use plyometrics like that. I like using them personally, and so that's just something I like to get on my repertoire. Now, for what we're talking about today, if you do not have a PVC pipe, which is this white pipe, it's just a PVC pipe you can pick up from your local hardware store. If you don't have PVC pipe, you can use your hands, or you can use a band if you have it. Bands are going to give you kind of dynamic movement where you're going, so it may create some instability. Or you can just use your hands and place them on your hips and do the same. It's the same motion. I like PVC just because it gives us something else that our brain has to think about, and it also locks everything down, so we don't even have that cheating movement, because sometimes we're just using our hands can move on our hips, and so when you remove that, then you have that PVC pipe, you're just locked into position. So this first drill is going to be just a standard broad jump, and we can do these as doubles and triples as we progress up, but just a level 1 basic is going to be a standard broad jump with PVC pipe. Doesn't matter if you have your hands out here or hands here. I'm not one of those coaches that's particular on every little nuance of what we're doing, but I will tell you this, is just make sure your hands are comfortable and it's placed on your back. You can use it like you're doing a squat, or you can place a little higher. It doesn't really matter. We're going to drop into that same athletic position, and you will notice as soon as you drop, because your hands aren't going back, it's all legs, so it all has to be produced, and you have to drive through your hips in order to make this move the best as possible. So we want to make sure I'm going to give you guys a side view. So we want to make sure that we got good knee mobility, and we got that weight placed over the ankles. We should feel a lot of our weight in our midfoot, which is the center of our arch. A little bit of weight coming up off the heels, and we're ready and we're locked in position to go to work. So chest over knees over toes, chest over knees. This pushes everything forward. That's just basic physics. So here, feet shoulder width apart, here, there. Same thing. And so you can do that 3 sets of 3, 3 sets of 5. Each rep will count as one each. So if you're doing 3 sets of 3, one jump will just count as 1 rep. If you're doing 5 sets of 1, that 1 jump will count as 1 set. And so you do 5 sets of 1 basically. So that's how I kind of do it for my athletes. The second one is a staggered broad jump. Same concept. except for we're going to stagger the feet. Make sure I'm out enough you can see. We're staggering the feet here. We're going to do the same thing. Make sure that toe is pointing straight. If you're a little pigeon toe, your toe is going to point in a little bit. Or if you're a little bow leg, it's going to point in a little bit. Make sure the knee is over the toe, chest over the knee. Everything's going horizontal. You'll have about 60% of load loaded on your front leg, about 40% of that load loaded on your back leg. So be the same thing again. And we're gonna alternate this. So if you ever see this in a workout program, you alternate both sides because you'll get work from both sides. It's more focused as a single leg exercise than it is a bilateral leg exercise. So here, we're just gonna make sure we get our balance here and then push. There. Now, one thing that I always tell my athletes, whenever we're doing broad jumps, whenever we're starting in our accelerated starts, I always tell them to kind of think of your legs as scissors. When we go in staggered positions, think of them as scissors. Front leg is pulling back, the back leg is pushing forward. So this allows us to create that pattern where we're switching while we're in the air and we're able to project forward. Again, this is not a heel drill. So for the coaches that are going to come to crucify me and tell me that, Coach Miller, the heels are too high. This is not a heel drill. We are basically trying to get the athlete to produce force. This is a basic level 1 drill. This is not for advanced athletes, etc. So this is a drill. These are 2 drills you can add into your repertoire. If you want to be faster, you're serious about improving your speed and your power output, and you can add these in, because that stagger stance drill is also a great drill for football players, because whenever we hit somebody, what position are we in when we're driving our legs? We're here, and we're having to drive through. So that's the same concept. And so if you like these drills, you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, holler back at your boy, be legendary. You dig?